All right. Well, get ready for this. Fun. Should be fun. I. What's going on, everybody? Coming in, coming in, coming in. Ready and able to listen a little bit of who's going to be speaking. Well, none other than Jerome Powell. Didn't know about, well, I mean, I knew that all kinds of people speak lately, but
anniversary conference of the International.
Cool. It's going to be good. Something done right now. Quickly. We wait for him to go in. Good. Boy. See. Bad. What's going on, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Jerome. Oh, looking for. Looking. Welcome, everybody. Good to have you.
In understanding and responding to cyclical and structural developments, as well as international crises.
Jerome Powell is going to speak, and I mean, you never know what he's going to say. Plus, I want to see if the markets react. Good time to be here. Welcome. Trying to find something here really quick that I had it. How's it going? There you go. This is the right one. There you go. Something. Oh, look. We got ads here. Crazy. There you go. Greetings, greetings. All right. Man. Really, I was just flying here. Okay, got it. I need to change the 13 right now. Get comfy, fam. Let's put friend Jerome Powell. He has to cut rates, and I'm sure that today there's a lot of people watching. Sure, it's a Monday too, so for sure. I mean, right now they're introducing something. There you go. Change thumbnail right here very quickly. Very, 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 very quickly. Perfect. XRP Fed. There he is.
Thank you, and thank you, Beth Ann. I guess I'd like to start by offering my condolences to the family and friends of former Vice Chair Stanley Fischer. Stan was a colleague of ours here at the Fed and a giant in the field of international economics. In addition to reaching the highest levels of the field in his own right, he was also a trusted and generous mentor and a teacher to a generation of the most important economic thinkers, including many heads of global central banks, advisors to presidents, and countless economists. And I know all of us who knew him will miss him. So, congratulations to the Division of International Finance, IF in these parts, on 75 years of outstanding work in service to the Federal Reserve Board and by extension to all Americans. Many current staff members are here to celebrate today, as well as a significant number of IF alumni, including past division directors Ted Truman, Karen Johnson, Nathan Sheets, and Steve Kamen. The division has also produced many other notable alums, including, not least, Chair and Secretary Janet Yellen, Professor, author, chess grandmaster, and our keynote speaker, Ken Rogoff, and humanitarian and economist Albert Hirschman, famous for the Herfindahl-Hirschman Index, and more recently, perhaps a little less famous, as a character in Netflix series Transatlantic, to name just a few. We keep close track of these things.
Come on, Jerome, cut some rates.
The IF division has provided invaluable insight into global economic activity, international trade and capital flows, and developments in foreign financial markets. Division staff have also played a key role during episodes of global financial stress. And your research and analysis are critical inputs into our monetary policy decisions. Thank you to all that have served in this division over the past 75 years. Today, I'll kick off this conference by briefly reviewing why the division was created in the first place and highlighting a few of its many accomplishments over the years before turning you over to a robust set of presentations and panels. So, the IF division was created on July 1, 1950, but the idea began to germinate a few years earlier. The U.S. had emerged from World War II as a global economic superpower. The Bretton Woods Agreement placed the U.S. and the Fed in a central position in the global economy.
Sup, fam. We're just listening to Jerome Powell right now, the chair. They're obviously, speaking at this anniversary division. And it's always a good idea, to keep an eye on this guy just in case. Maybe he's going to say something about the economy, or he's maybe going to be waiting for FOMC. Right now, I'm going to take my time to take a look at the latest, watching also the price. Let's go, guys.
Continue to give rise to issues of the first magnitude. That rare economic forecast that has turned out to be spot on. 75 years later, it remains critical that the Fed understand the policies and practices of other governments and central banks and their implications for the U.S. economy and for financial markets. Exchange rate policy, of course, is now firmly in the hands of the U.S. Treasury. However, the end of the Bretton Woods era in the 1970s fundamentally changed the conduct of monetary policy, as policymakers had to understand the effects of potentially more volatile movements of the U.S. dollar on American families and businesses. Understanding global trade and capital movements has only grown in importance since 1950, as we saw during the pandemic. IF helps produce the data on international capital flows and has spent decades researching the effects of these flows and international trade on U.S. and foreign economies. Understanding this complex and interconnected web is essential for us to anticipate the path of employment and inflation. Another important development in the 1970s was the increasing use of macroeconomic modeling, which greatly influenced the division's work. Under the direction of former division director Ralph Bryant, IF developed its first multi-country model. Always on the forefront over the years, economists in the division, many of whom are in this room today, developed increasingly sophisticated models, with each new generation expanding the capability to tackle the international risks and issues of that day. These models have proven useful for understanding how international shocks transmit through the economy and financial markets, for assessing risks and uncertainties through alternative scenarios, and for better comprehending the implications of various shocks for the U.S. and the global economy. The results have informed research papers, board memos and briefings, as well as the risks and uncertainty assessment that FOMC committee participants receive in advance of every meeting. The IF division has also played an important role in responding to global economic turbulence. A prime example is the Latin American debt crisis of the 1980s. That episode required analytical thinking about the macroeconomic repercussions of the crisis as it played out around the world. Work by the division and by the IMF and other institutions led to the establishment of emergency facilities to prevent more dire financial outcomes. As global capital flows increased, other episodes of financial distress surfaced across the world, including in Mexico, Asia, and Russia. International capital flows and spillovers became and remain a recurrent feature in the division's analytical and monitoring work. The expertise generated through study and response to these global challenges proved invaluable when stress hit closer to home during the global financial crisis and then the pandemic.
So
both of those events required immediate, broad, and in many cases unprecedented responses.
as we know, Trump already met with him last week, and
the nation and the world look to the
well,
Fed
so far, finally they met,
global financial crisis
and we're waiting on something to happen, hopefully.
work to establish
But
swap line arrangements
I was showing you yesterday during Sunday Night Live that
stability,
the CME, what's up, Coin Baron? Good to have you, brother.
and of course
And the
during
ghost and everybody here.
IF division helped
Dude, the CME is
expand
telling us that
liquidity by setting up
the cut might be coming all the way till September.
These
So
periods
the
of
entire summer,
stress and uncertainty
pause,
prompt
pause, and
the
pause.
division to develop new tools and analytical
Not really
products
what
that can
Trump
be used to
wants,
understand and respond to
but there's nothing he can do.
unfolding on the ground.
All right?
For instance, the division has devised new methods to measure and assess the effects of various types of uncertainty on economic activity, including new indexes that were built to track geopolitical risk, inflation, trade policy, and economic uncertainty. As we continue to navigate the current period of heightened uncertainty, this work is critical to understanding the quantitative implications of uncertainty shocks, certainly relevant today. So I'll conclude by saying that for 75 years, 9 Fed chairs and countless board members have greatly benefited from the guidance and counsel of IF staff, and not just when responding to crisis. This team helps to assure that we're well prepared for our international engagements by providing us detailed, some might say extremely detailed materials ahead of time, and often by traveling with us. IF staff are always welcome and productive companions. In these and other endeavors, we benefit from the robust relationships that you establish and maintain with our global counterparts. So thank you to Beth Ann and to all the staff here that organized this wonderful event. And finally, thank you again to all the current and former IF staff for what you have done and continue to do to help us be a globally knowledgeable and responsive central bank so that we can deliver on our dual mandate for all Americans. Thank you very much.
Where's the pump? Where's the pump? Nah. Yeah, this guy is not giving any chance for us to get pumped and excited, brother. That's what I can tell you. Just chilling, man. XRP summer, according to Uphold, guys. So, yeah, I mean, it's good. I think I saw it. I mean, I saw this and I'm like, let's go ahead and, listen up because there might be something good coming up. But hey, what happened? I want to cut. That's it. Yep. That's what it's supposed to be it. What is this? President Trump and Chinese president are expected to speak later this week. Yep. There's going to be a lot more entertainment heading our way, guys. So, let's go ahead and keep an eye on it. Big burger. It was a big nothing burger. Yes, it is. No resignation from Jerome Powell. No. Always keep an eye on those trades and positions, guys. But excited, Let me see. Share. Yeah, everybody, we're all like, it was absolutely, I mean, I get it that we want something new and I get it that we want something, expect volatility, nothing happened, right? But it was more about just a presentation and remarks at the conference. That's it. I guess us as the crypto degens, we really want things to move. We really want news and updates, right, as far as what they're gonna do. But I mean, we've been waiting for a long time that they know that we just have to wait, but we don't want it. Alex, don't you know? What's up, John? We'll see what happened with this too, guys. But welcome to summer. Should be crazy for people that want mega pumps, because as of right now, Bitcoin dominance is still 64. It's gonna be tough, but we'll keep an eye on everything. Thanks for coming, everybody. 15-minute live, short and sweet. We heard what he had to say. Nothing really, absolutely nothing. But yeah. Oh, by the way, statement on Chair's Powell's meeting with the president. Oh, I didn't see this one. Wait a second. I want to read this. At the president's invitation, Chair Powell met with President today. Last week, the White House to discuss economic development, including for growth, employment, and inflation. Chair Powell did not discuss his expectations for monetary policy, which is the cuts, except to stress that the path of policy will depend entirely on the incoming economic information and what it means for the outlook. Finally, Chair Powell said that he and his colleagues on the FOMC will set monetary policy as required by law to support maximum employment and stable prices, and will make those decisions based solely on careful, objective, and non-political analysis. Classic Powell. Nothing, right? As far as like a chance for the market to get excited with Powell, no. We know that there's about less than a year on Powell's position, so I'm sure that Trump is already thinking on somebody else, because he wants excitement, he wants to move the markets, and Powell, as correctly done, is not letting any political biases to affect their decision making. But I think just letting you know, right? Trump already wants cuts. Trump already wants the market to start moving ahead. But he knows that there's a big barrier with Powell right now. Everybody we're hearing, I mean, the SEC is already with a new administration, right? The whole SEC, CFTC, the agencies, but the one and only, the Fed, still so far stable prices. Inflation is, not completely tamed or at 2%, but it's getting there, very close. My fam, thanks for coming in. I kind of wanted to keep you an update on that one. It's over. As far as his mentioning, about 10 minutes or so. Well, guys, we'll keep you in the know. I'll see you next time, guys. Peace. Thank you, Shane. Have a good one, guys. A lot of whole nothing today, yes, but I always like to stay put and keep you guys in the know. See you soon.